Taking control of the car buying experience. Demand the most for your money. Here's the Car Buyer Advisor.
I'm Steve Temple. I'm here with Tim Anderson of TNA Performance that specializes in servicing and maintaining diesel vehicles. Tell us, Tim, what are some of the changes you've seen in diesel vehicles in the last few years?
It's been quite a ride, we can say that. From the old days where people thought they were loud, clunky, slow, to the modern day diesels, which are pretty much race cars. They've got traction control on them. You take the traction control off, and the tires won't stop spinning.
And
they're hot
great
rods.
fuel economy.
The fuel economy's up. The interiors of them are just plush and gorgeous.
Well, tell us a little bit about your overall approach to servicing and maintaining these modern diesel vehicles.
Our motto here is that every vehicle that comes in, we look at it as if it's my vehicle and I've got to pay the bill. So anything we can help incorporate while we're there, hey, call the customer. This is going to add X amount, but if you don't do it, it's going to cost you a couple grand later. We're here now. We can do it. So
yeah, there's a good piece of advice you give about that, don't you?
Yeah, and I try to spend the money like it's my own money.
Right.
But
take care of your vehicle.
And yeah, and the other motto we go by is that if you don't take care of your vehicle, it's not going to take care of you. Exactly. And that all comes down to preventative maintenance.
And what are some of the more common mechanical problems you run into, and how do you handle those?
We have mechanical problems, and I mean, nobody makes a perfect diesel vehicle. We have mechanical problems such as, fuel filters plugged up, or they've never changed it, or there's two on certain vehicles and they didn't know there was two. Kind of more or less things like that for the average day customer.
Now, if they don't follow those kinds of maintenance advice that you give, what kind of problems do you see?
We'll see anywhere from a couple $100 fix to several $1,000 fix, and the big misconception on a lot of parts is they go by the owner's manual, and the owner's manual says you have 150,000 mile coolant. Well, if you got 50,000 miles on a 12-year-old vehicle, that coolant is no longer any good. It's not 150,000 mile coolant at that point in time. So that's just one answer. And now we've had changes with what the fuel is, with this low, ultra low, low and ultra low sulfur diesel fuel, and even low sulfur or low emissions engine oil. And it's really starting to hurt pretty much anything that was built before 2008. It's really starting to take a toll on those vehicles.
So you're really familiar with some of the latest additives to help both for the coolant and for the fuel.
Exactly, exactly.
Now, how do you tailor your service to the Reno area specifically?
We have, a good example is we do a lot for several construction companies that are up in the mines, and they have the newer GMs, the 2011 and newer GMs. And what happens with them is they were hitting the urea tanks or the DEF tanks in this diesel exhaust fluid.
For controlling emissions.
Exactly. Yeah. So we built a skid plate for them, and that was starting. They were losing anywhere from $2 to $4 grand per truck, and not counting the downtime of it. So we made one that you could, pretty much it's overkill
to prevent that damage and
prevent
that
damage,
right,
from
sure.
it. So.
And then you also do something for coolant filter?
Yeah, we've made our own coolant filters. Right now, we've only got the design down for the 6.0 Fords, but we're working on Dodges. The next most important one's going to be the 6.4 Power Stroke.
And then, in addition to the major domestic brands, you cover the wide spectrum of applications too, don't you?
Exactly. Light duty and medium duty diesel vehicles. We got their general big three, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, also the medium duty guys. We're trying to start to branch out towards some of the other oddball ones that people are having problems. Mm-hmm. They've got to take it to the dealer to get it, and they're complaining of it. So we're addressing one right now. We got like a little 2.8 liter Mercedes diesel that we're playing with.
And we're certainly seeing a lot more diesel vehicles coming on the market because of their improved economy.
Then that's it. You can pull a ton of weight. You can get great fuel mileage, and you can use very little fuel.
Okay, sure. So if someone wants to schedule service or maintenance on their diesel vehicle, how do they get a hold of you at TNA Performance?
The best way is to call 775-358-5549. You'll either talk to one of my two service writers or Virginia, and they'll get you scheduled in. And we typically book out anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks. So
Yeah. And you're located in the Sparks area?
yeah, we're located right off of Spice Island, 525 Spice Island Drive. You know, if you have any concerns or questions following us, we also have a website, tnaperformance.com, and that will give you the full address and all the contact info you need.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
For more information on this guest, visit the Preferred Business page on our website, tcbatv.com.